Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, whatever, man. Just popping through real quick, man, to talk a little bit about the fight today. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder versus Luis King Kong Ortiz, too. Uh, Man, I rewatched the first fight, man, and man, I think it's gonna be a really good fight, man. Um, some stuff that I thought was funny coming into this is all of a sudden Luis Ortiz claims that he was tired, right? And that's the reason he wasn't knocked out, but that's the reason. But Wilder put Ortiz down twice in the 10th round, right? So he buzzed him with the right at the end of the 9th, and then he came out and put him down twice in the 10th. And they were big shots on the first knockdown, and again after he got up, he took some big shots until Wilder landed that uppercut. So he might not have been knocked out cold, but that was a legit stoppage, bro. That's a knockout, right? And at the end of the fight, what did Luis Ortiz say? He said, "I did receive," and he's a quote, right, from the post-fight interview in the ring. "I did receive a right hand, but I'm okay." He didn't say nothing about being tired, okay? Luis Ortiz, you were knocked out, right? But looking at the fight, man, right, so areas of concern, right, if you're Deontay Wilder. So Ortiz, he's got great head movement and feints. You know, he likes to throw those double jabs, and he's effective firing the straight left behind the jab. So, and you know, when Ortiz sees trouble or senses trouble, you know, he moves in for the kill. You know, when he had Wilder in a little bit of trouble in the 7th round, man, he came in there and, you know, he was landing everything. You know, he was landing body shots, he was landing straights. You know, he was doing his thing, man. You know, and when he had him in trouble for that moment in the 7th, he beat Wilder to the punch. You know, he threw a right hook that was followed by a straight left. Both of them were clean. You know, straight left, tons of hooks, body shots, you know, up against the ropes. You know, and he couldn't get him up out of there. You know, but that was really the only point in time. That was the only point in time that you could say Deontay Wilder was in any trouble in that fight. But Luis Ortiz was dangerous throughout the fight. You know. One thing that I'd be worried about, if anything, is Luis Ortiz was catching Wilder when he was coming out. So when Wilder would, you know, get back up against the ropes or want to change ring positions, Luis Ortiz would, you know, after they do an exchange and then he try to get out the pocket, Luis Ortiz would every now and then catch him with a punch on the way out. So that type of stuff, you got the opportunity to catch somebody off balance or something like that, maybe get a flash knockdown. But I really don't think that Luis Ortiz is gonna knock down or knock out Deontay Wilder. But for Ortiz, you know, Wilder, he's lengthy, he's got a good jab, his shots come from unconventional angles, you know, and he still carries power no matter what. So a lot of people talk about windmill shots and shit like that. Just because his punches are wider than others, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. He be knocking motherfuckers out. So one of the people I think of, I don't know if y'all remember Vic Darchinyan, man, the Raging Bull, man. That was my dude, man. That motherfucker, he was in the ring like, I don't know, what was it was one of them fighting games, man, back in the day when we was kids with the Drunken Master, you know, and he come and he, you know, all kinds of angles when he throwing punches and kicks and shit like that. That's what Vic Darchinyan reminds me of, but he was a killer in the ring. And just like, just like that little dude, I mean, Deontay Wilder, if you can master the manner in which you're throwing your punches, who cares if it looks like a textbook punch? If it knocks you the fuck out, it knocks you the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But I think people hate on his style too much, man. It's ridiculous, you know. Deontay Wilder, he's also agile. He moves well in the ring. Think about when he fought Bermain Stervern and he seen that he had him in trouble. This motherfucker, he did some shit where he just floated over there and just knocked him out, man. But, you know, Wilder, he's agile no matter what, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes he's hard to hit too, man. His movement is good. You know, his defense is decent. And you always got to worry about the one-hitter quitter power. You know, he got that one-hitter quitter. And then, you know, he knocked Luis Ortiz out with a very solid uppercut on the inside, you know. So you can't say that he can't punch on the inside either. So it's a dangerous fight, man. You know, both guys got things that they can use to their advantage. I just think that, and they both have great chins, man. I was looking at some of the punches that were landed in the first fight. And Luis Ortiz is, what's he got, 24 wins with 23 knockouts or something like that? I mean, he's pretty much knocked out everybody that he's beat. So, I mean, these guys got power, man, and they was landing flush, clean shots at times on each other. I'm amazed that Luis Ortiz stood up to Deontay Wilder's power like that. Eventually, you know, he succumbed to the power, but he stood up to it for a long time in the fight, and the average person ain't gonna take them punches that long, you know what I'm saying? But in this fight, man, I see a lot of the same going on. However, I think Deontay Wilder will be a little bit less cautious this time. And I don't think that Luis Ortiz is going to be able to stand up to those punches for as long in this fight. So me, in my opinion, I got Wilder by knockout in the 6th round. But I still think it'll be a competitive fight up to then. Let's not kid ourselves, right? No matter who you picking in this fight. So yeah, I'm picking Deontay Wilder, but Luis Ortiz is not a bum. You know, we're talking maybe the top 2, or at least 2 of the top 3 heavyweights are out here getting it on, you know. So there's no slouches in this fight, man. It's gonna be a good fight. I can't wait to see it. Again, I got Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, by KO in the 6th round. If you're going to watch the fight, man, please, 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 please order the fight. If you're not going to order the fight, then please go to the movie theater and watch it. I hear they're showing it in the movies. Anywhere where your dollar gets contributed to the fight. You know, this is how we get the fights we want. This is how we get fights that matter, is when they happen, you got to go out and you got to support these guys, man. So, I mean, that's all I got on the fight. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at whateverman, WHATEVA_man. Like my videos, comment, share, subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. Look for the videos from the brothers in the LDBC, the brothers and the sisters, in the LDBC. There's plenty of talk about the fight going on tonight. And then I look forward to everybody's reaction, man. So I'm out. Peace.